Hey everybody, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are doing well. I have a story that came out on the 12th of February. It is from the FDIC, and well, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not from the FDIC. It's about the FDIC and the changes that are going on. So I did a video maybe a year or two ago about bail-ins. And it's basically when the banks collapse and they take your money, kind of like they did during the Great Depression. They give you an IOU. You've been watching some of the other nations have their economy collapse, and people's money, they either limit the access or they take the money altogether and, give you pennies on the dollar. And so I've been trying to prepare people for that and that reality. And as Colt 45 came into office, he started tinkering with the FDIC and talking about, restructuring and moving stuff here and there, you know, for whatever reason. Know why? Because he's overseeing the um, buyout or the liquidation of America, the corporation. And the tech kings are helping him, and they're all about money, so they don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care about nothing. And I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna keep saying it: if you have any money in the bank, you need to get it out, because they playing games. And they got all these different distractions going on. Before you know it, everything is gonna be gone. They're gonna have to tell you. And when they tell you, you're gonna run to the bank and you ain't gonna be able to get no money. The ATM ain't gonna work. The bank gonna be closed. They're gonna lock the doors. People gonna be out here wilding out, and y'all are going to be in a world of hurt. So because I love my people, I don't want y'all to be in that situation. I want you to get your munties, get your little penties out of the bank. Anytime any money hit, you need to be in there getting it out and doing something with it while it has value, because that fiat currency is not going to be worth anything once this economy collapses and they're going to a digital system. Um, it's just a matter of time. We just are the collateral damage, sitting on the sidelines, waiting on whatever happened to happen. So I want to share this story with you about the changes that Trump is proposing, and why I am very skeptical of them, because there's nothing wrong with the way that the system is now. And the only reason that they're doing this stuff is because, again, one, we don't have no money. So if you got to try to save money, it's kind of like the end of the world ministries was talking about the other day. When you are liquidating, like you're going through a bankruptcy, you got to restructure your business in order to keep it open. I don't know which chapter of bankruptcy it is when the businesses go through the bankruptcy. But you know how they may sell stores, they may close stores, they may lay off people, they may get rid of executives, make some shifts, uh, uh, come up with different strategies to make the business more viable. But eventually, the business, depending on how bad it's been running the ground and for how long it was hobbling along, it eventually closes anyway. I feel like that's what's happening. You look at what happened the last couple of years, where Biden was sending all this money to Ukraine and Israel. Like they were transitioning, they're positioning for the next wherever this new global order is going, which in my opinion is going to be in Israel, uh, tied to the Abrahamic Accords, this new um, ecumenical movement, UN, all that stuff is going to be happening in the Middle East. Africa is the future. We say Middle East, just say Africa. Africa is the future. This right here, and Canada, Europe, is done. Gentile rule is over. Uh, they don't have nothing. The emperor has no clothes. Uh, they cannot exist without other nations' resources. White people cannot exist without black and brown labor. And so you're seeing now that they're getting rid of all these brown folks that they let in here after they done gave them all this money, one, to make us pissed off, two, to create this civil war atmosphere so that people can be angry, and then they have a reason to come in and do whatever it is that they want or need to do. But it's all being orchestrated. So again, nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And you are witnessing the final breaths of a dying empire. Nobody's coming to save you. Whatever little coins you got, you better make use of them. If you can put some in some gold and silver, wonderful. But, my suggestion is try to be self sufficient as possible and be thinking about, long term, what happens if things go bad, because nobody's worrying about the average consumer. And that's basically what this story is going to be about. You're going to see they're messing with anything that impacts the average person to save or protect the rich people. Rich people have moved on, they are transitioning. The average Joe don't understand the transition is happening, and so the restructuring is going on, and this is a part of the restructuring. But that, this particular story about the FDIC is just demonstrating when they move all this stuff, everything is going to fall, collapse at the same time, and you're not going to have any protections. You're not going to have any insurance. Insurance is protection. Same thing. You're not going to have that. So, what the FDIC ensures and what reported changes mean. So, the story came out again on the 12th of February 2025. So, it says the Trump administration is continuing to discuss plans to collapse functions the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation into other regulators, the Wall Street Journal reported Wednesday, including potentially bypassing Congress, which means it's basically a coup. The executive branch is doing way too much. Why it matters. The idea raises questions as to what would happen to the FDIC's two vital roles in the U.S. banking system: ensuring depositors' funds and supervising banks for safety and soundness. So, if you start tinkering with that, those two things are not going to happen. Not that they happen real good anyway. The depositing, the securing the deposits, yes. The supervising banks, not so much. The big picture. Even if the FDIC is collapsed, that doesn't automatically mean that deposit insurance will be impacted. So you notice that it says it doesn't automatically mean, but it's gonna be impacted. Trust me, you don't believe nothing these people say. The Wall Street Journal reports today, as well as others in December, say the White House is considering moving that function directly into the Treasury Department. So if they said December, that means they were having this discussion while Biden was in office. So um, this may not be anything that Trump necessarily had planned. It could be something that Biden had planned, and or the a Democratic administration had planned for this particular time period. Because y'all know these folks be on 25, 50, 100-year plans. So this may just be a part of a plan that they have to implement. Um, so it says, for what it's worth, the banking industry has been calling for deposit insurance to be expanded following recent mid-sized bank failures. Meanwhile, Trump's team is reportedly looking at combining the FDIC's regulatory role with that of another existing bank regulator housed under Treasury, the OCC. Trump's been discussing shrinking or eliminating the list of banking regulators since at least December. And he's already targeted one, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, firing the previous director and freezing much of the agency's work. So, this is important because this bureau is there to protect you. So, if you have a problem with your bank and they hold your money, this is who you will report it to. If you have problems with some of these fintech apps like Zelle, PayPal, um, Cash App, and they decide, oh well, you've been doing too many transactions with too many pushisty people, we're going to put a freeze on your money. uh, this is the bureau that you will report that to, and they will try to help you fight to get your money back. Well, if that agency is targeted, that's one less tool consumers have, and that's the goal. The goal is to make sure you don't have nothing to fight the government back, because the government is an oligarchy now. It's a technocracy. And we don't have any, Congress doesn't have any power. The president is showing you that he is, moving expeditiously to take over the government. Um, Biden was the soft coup, this is the hard coup. Reality check. The most recent discussions have been described as fluid, and there are no firm details yet on how either function of FDIC would be retained. Critics of the plan have cited the brand value alone of the FDIC's insurance function as being vital to consumer confidence in the U.S. banking system. Okay, so most people are not paying attention to this. They don't hardly talk about it. As soon as people find out that FDIC is moving and Trump is doing stuff, because now people are starting to see, oh, this dude is not running the government, Muskie Boy and his crew is, and that the um, money is getting funny. People don't have confidence, so the confidence levels are going to get lower. People are going to start withdrawing their money. Once there's starting to be bank runs, then that's when everything's going to fall apart. So again, this is why you need to not have your money in the bank. You need to get your money out of the bank. You can do a better job of protecting your money in your house. You can protect your money in your pocketbook, in your wallet. You could put it in a mason jar, cut you a hole in your floor, and your money will be safer than it is in the bank right now at this particular time. Don't leave your money on none of these apps. If you got some money coming in and you know it's about to hit or it's a deposit, go get your money. Go to the ATM. You can go to Walmart, and I don't know how many times you can swipe, but you can get a couple $1,000s out at a time and pay $3.50. Take the hit for the little withdrawal. Go get your money out of the bank. Do some stuff with your money that you need to do. Buy things that are going to be tangible and that you can use when the economy collapses. Get extra food, get water, get water purification stuff, get your herbal supplements, get vitamins, get things that you need, hygiene products. Um, think about investing in some things like, if you were putting off dental work, get your dental work done. I wouldn't, because I don't can't say anything about major surgery. That's up to you. But use your money in ways that is going to be helpful uh, to you, to prolong your health, to make sure you are watered and fed. If you got animals, make sure you're looking out for them. Uh, it's going to be really difficult. It's difficult now, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I'm having a hard time. Not hard time, but like my money is not flowing because of the stuff that's going on with the government. So, I don't have no backup plan. Except for I got preps. And thank God for that. I've been prepping for a long time. So I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. I have medicine. I'm well. I got seeds. I can plant food. I'm okay. I'm not concerned. I'm concerned about paying my bills. But if my lights is off, okay, well my lights just off. All right, what I'm gonna do? Can't do nothing about it. I'm gonna be okay. I can live without utilities. I have alternative methods to cook. I can, it's just a lot of stuff that I will be able to do if things don't get any better. But those are things that I have thought about a long time ago. So I've been planning, but you got to plan your way out of this. You're not going to just be able to hop up and wait till it start happening and then be like, oh, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. No, people who don't have nothing are going to be the first ones that go to the store and steal everything. They're going to be fighting in the streets. You're not going to want to be out there in that. And then if you live in a little small town, you're going to be limited to what you have access to. So truckers not going to be delivering stuff. They already complaining about the rates that these companies want to pay them to haul stuff. So it's getting real bad out here. Things are getting tight. And then you got this, they want to play with the money and not protect you. They're letting you know you don't matter. So don't you be no fool and leave your money in the bank. Reality check. The most recent discussions have been described. Oh, so I already read that. Critics of the plan have cited. Oh, I already read that too. Sorry. The White House did not respond to Axios's request for comment. So, what is the FDIC? The FDIC is an independent federal agency that insures depositors for certain account types up to $250,000 at more than 4,500 member banks. The FDIC is meant to protect depositors in the event of bank failure. It was created during the Great Depression in 1933, in which about 9,000 banks failed and about 7 billion in depositor assets were wiped out. The FDIC is funded by insurance premiums that banks pay, as well as interest earned on its deposit insurance fund, which is invested in U.S. government obligations. That's the problem. If the U.S. government obligations are bad business now, that means the insurance ain't gonna pay. If America can't pay its bills, it's not gonna pay the insurance uh, that is supposed to pay out for losses if you have your money in the bank and the bank goes under and you can't access your money. They're not gonna pay you. So, that's what you need to look at. This country don't have no money. So all this shifting around and putting this here and putting this there, they don't have no money. The emperor don't have no clothes. So please do not leave your money in the bank. In addition to insuring depositors, the FDIC supervises banks for safety and consumer protection. Well, we know how that goes. How many times the banks done failed over the last 20 years and nothing happened, but they got bailed out and you didn't get nothing. You lost your house, you got a stinky deal on a mortgage or something. Like, it's all a sham. It's a Ponzi scheme. Okay, so protected accounts include checking accounts, savings accounts, money market deposits, MMDAs, prepaid cards, and certificates of deposits, CDs. Account types that aren't covered include stock investments, bond investments, mutual funds, crypto assets, life insurance policies, annuities, municipal securities, and safe deposit box content. So if you got something in the safe deposit box at the bank that's valuable, you better get it out of there. And you see, insurance policies are not covered. So if you have an insurance policy, it is highly possible that your insurance policy may not cover nothing. It may not pay out. So if you got burial insurance, guess what? You might not be able to be buried. If you got, life insurance, it may not pay. Um, it's a real possibility. So those are things that you have to think about. So, I don't know what to tell you to do. It's just going to be ugly out here. It really is. Does the FDIC protect Venmo assets? Even though millions of Americans use services like PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App Money stored in the platforms themselves are not covered by the FDIC. Let me read this again so you will understand why I just said don't leave your money on these apps. Even though millions of Americans use services like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, money stored in the platforms themselves are not covered by the FDIC. Cash App cards are eligible for FDIC pass through insurance. That's insuring depositors whose funds are placed and held at an FDIC insured bank through a third party per the FDIC. Through program banks, Wells Fargo and Sutton Bank. In that case, the FDIC only insures your balance if the program bank holding those funds fails, but not the failure of the app itself. Both Venmo and Cash App also protect money associated with teen users through pass-through insurance, but in both cases, FDIC is protecting against the failure of the banks linked to those accounts and not the services themselves. So you have to be careful when you're using these apps. Don't leave no money on them. Put that money in your account. Don't leave no money. Transfer money that you're going to use for the transaction, but don't leave money on those apps because they're likely not going to be insured. PayPal does the same thing with its savings account with funds stored and protected through Synchrony Bank, but funds stored in PayPal itself are not protected. What is the NCUA? The National Credit Union Administration is a separate agency that regulates credit unions and insures their depositors. About 98% of credit unions are federally insured. Like the FDIC, the NCUA insures up to $250,000 per depositor. Insured accounts, including checking accounts, savings accounts, money market deposit accounts, CDs, and individual retirement accounts. Accounts that aren't insured include stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, life insurance policies, municipal securities, and safe deposit box contents. So if you have municipal securities, annuities, those types of things, you may want to consider doing something with them. I'm not a financial advisor and I can't tell you what to do, but you see your stuff ain't gonna be secured. So all right, so that's the end of this story. I wanted to share this with y'all because the money about to get funny, and y'all know I'm all about helping y'all be proactive instead of reactive, and being ahead of things to come instead of being impacted directly when those things happen. So again, make sure you are protecting yourself because you are going to be the help that you're looking for. They are not coming to help you. They're not going to provide nothing for you. They're going to be like, oh, well, so, too bad, so sad. If you get out in the street, we're going to bust your head. If you get on these internet streets talking trash, we're going to come scoop you up. Secret police coming to get you. Uh, if you go to the bank, and you're just gonna just be in a world of mess because there's nothing. Nobody will be there to serve you. Um, Most of the branches are closing up anyway, so it's just not a good time for us, and we need to read the tea leaves and just be prepared. That's the best thing I could tell you. Be prepared. All right, y'all, please leave your comments below. Share these stories out with people and warn them about what is coming. We are witnessing the restructuring of the corporation, the United States of America. It has been sold out by your politicians, the people that you vote for. You don't have any control over anything. You are collateral damage. So you are going to be responsible for yourself. And you need to understand that. All right, this is Marla K. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time you upload or I upload new content. Follow me on Odyssey, Rumble, on Instagram, and on Odyssey, Instagram, Rumble, and that's it. That's all. That's all I got. The links are in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, um, you can um, donate to Venmo, and you can donate to my coffee. The links are in the description. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm having a brain freeze. Lastly, continue to prep, continue to pray, continue to seek the Most High, obey those laws, statutes, and commandments, keep the Sabbath, repent daily for sins of commission, sins of omission. Ask the Most High to hurry up and come and deliver us from this place because it's falling apart so fast. It's quite scary. But I'm believing the Most High is going to protect us, and I'm believing the Most High have put watchmen on the wall and seers to warn us about what's to come. The word says he's pouring out his spirit among all flesh, and people are sounding the alarm. People see what's happening. Not only that, it's nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself. And so you see what's happening, you see what's coming in, just prepare. Don't be trusting nothing. You don't have to be afraid. If somebody tell you I'm come bust you upside your head, you should believe them and be prepared. Somebody tells you I'm coming to steal from you, you should be protecting your stuff so they won't steal it. And this is one of those situations. Protect your stuff so they will not steal from you. Because we know Esau, Edom is destructive. This is how they exist. They cannot exist without taking from other people. And this is a transfer of wealth about to happen that the world has never seen. And you don't want to be a victim of it. So do what you can to protect yourself. All right. Love you. I'm out.